प्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायु न वा सप्तधातुर्न वा पञ्चकोश न वा पाणिपादं न चोपस्पवायु चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न मे द्वेषरागो न मे लोभमोहो न नो नैव मे नैव वात्सल्यभाव न कर्मो न जातो न कामो न मोक्ष चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं न तन्त्रो न तीर्थं न वेयानयज्ञम् अहं भोजनं देव भोजं न भोक्ता चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न मृत्यु न शङ्का न मेधाधिभेद पिता नैव मे नाबन्धो न मित्रं गुरुर्नैव शिष्य चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् अहं निर्विकल्पो निराकाररूपो विभूत्या च सर्वत्र सर्वेन्द्रियाणां न च सङ्गतं नैव मुक्तिर्न मेय चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं
Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Before I introduce our speaker this morning, I think everybody knows by now the passing of our very dear and beloved Swami Brahmarupanandaji yesterday morning. There will be a funeral service Saturday morning at 11 at Donaldson's Funeral Home in Odenton. If you go to our website, you'll see the address, and otherwise you can look it up. But it's a very nice place. We've been there before, unfortunately, and I won't say too much because we'll have the funeral service and then we'll have a memorial service, which we'll announce later. But Swamiji and I go back almost 50 years, and he's been by my side for the last 25 years. So Great loss, but his death was a very beautiful passing. Really, it was very, very inspiring. I was very fortunate that I could be there at the very end. So anyhow, whoever can come, that's Saturday, next Saturday at 11, and then we'll announce when the memorial service will be. Now, Swami Nirmalatmananda ji is also a very dear friend of mine. We met first in 1978. He probably doesn't remember, but I remember. It was my first visit to the New Delhi Center, and I thought, who is this young brahmachari, very calm and quiet and peaceful, yet very efficient and very friendly, sitting at the desk there at the Delhi ashram. So I remembered him somehow. That image stuck in my mind. And later when I saw him at Belur Math, then I remembered, and anyhow, we've developed a very close friendship through the years. He has the distinction of being the secretary to 4 different general secretaries. 5, one in training. Yeah, 4, and then he was requested not to leave before the last one came, something like that. Anyhow, he has a tremendous experience in Belur Math that way. And later he was chosen to go to Brazil to oversee the centers there. How many years now, Maharaj? 24 years. 24 years at our Sao Paulo center. When he first went, there were sub-centers, which some of them are now independent. Now the one sub-center is under him. Anyhow, I've had the good fortune of visiting him in Brazil as a wonderful center. Devotees are also very wonderful. So we're very happy that Swamiji could come here. He'll be leaving on Wednesday, so if you'd like to come for informal satsang tonight and tomorrow night and Tuesday night, you'll get a chance to meet Swamiji. He'll be speaking this morning on meditation. Please come, Maharaj.
Good morning to each one of you, and greeting to each one of you who are present here, as well as who are listening through online. With the last talk on the celebration time, I thought it was all finished, but then Maharaj was very kind enough to offer more opportunities, which somehow I accepted, and as he said, we were very close for decades. So I stand by, just like Swami Brahmarupanji, I stand by not only 24 years, much more than that, from the day one of his entering into the order. So it's a very special occasion to be here and to be with you all. And some of you are familiar faces by now. And I am very thankful to be here once again before you. The subject of the talk is meditation, its challenges and solutions. The topic is an important for spiritual aspirants, for the seekers of God or seekers of self-knowledge. At the same time, to deal with this kind of subject, it needs a lot of time. Almost you should have a kind of one-day course or workshop or some such thing. Our time is very limited, so I am going to share with you some of the important thoughts about meditation. And before I enter into the subject, I have to tell one more thing. That is our Swami Basvatanji. He has been with, and we were together in the headquarters office many years, and after 25 years I am meeting him again here. So that's also a very special for me. With this, a few words, I'll start my subject in 4 different sections. The first is some ideas about meditation. The second is the benefits of meditation. Because you all need some kind of incentive, We always look, if I go to the center and spend 1 hour, what do I get? If I go on Saturdays and do karma yoga, what do I get? So some kind of incentive should be there in everything. So benefits of meditation, that is the second section. The third is the challenges. Everybody would like to meditate, get into samadhi. We also thought like that, let me join the order and get into samadhi and get liberated, and there will be no problem at all. That is how we entered. But then things were different. It has gone to a big cycle, and then you become almost come out with something really to say, yes, it works. The fourth section is, the third and fourth is some challenges and meditation, some challenges in meditation, and what is the solution? Meditation and yoga are the two words which are very common nowadays, and the practices attached to them during the last 2 decades in all over the world is very well known. They are very well known. You all know it, you all practicing it. And most of you may have received initiation or received instructions how to practice and so on. Meditation is 100% concentration. Now comes the question, what is concentration? Concentration is one object or focused, a kind of focus, one-pointed focus on a given object of concentration for a determined time. For example, you want to concentrate on an object of concentration, a one-pointed focus without any kind of distraction. Normally when we sit and then our mind begins to wander here and there, but concentration itself demands a one-pointed focus on a given object of concentration for a limited time. When this concentration is become effortless, it becomes meditation. It is spontaneous, it becomes meditation. The word for concentration is dharana in Sanskrit. You try to focus your mind on an object of concentration. Concentration is the key to success in life, not only in spiritual life, success in material life also. Anywhere, whether you want to gain dollars or whether you want spiritual progress, it is all depends upon the level of concentration you have and how you apply them and see the result. Concentration is the key to success in every field of life. And this concentration is there in everybody. Everyone can concentrate. You have the power of concentration. No one can say, no, I don't have the power of concentration. No. Even the children have the power of concentration. You put them before animated design films or games, video games. You see them, hours together, they can continue. They don't even bother about eating or anything. They have the power of concentration. So we all have the power of concentration. Only where we apply, what do we do with that, that depends upon person to person. A person who is in the stock market, for example, he has a power of concentration and every minute for him is money. So he has full concentration. And when we talk about concentration, especially spiritual aspirants, we are supposed to concentrate on something divine. It may be with form, without form, or maybe with name and without name. So there comes our effort, conscious effort, how to shift the concentration from the object of the world to something more divine. And when we try, there comes many challenges. So concentration as such, dharana, when it becomes spontaneous, effortless, and continuous, where you lose all the time concept, it becomes meditation. In meditation, really if it happens, you will not have the idea of where you are sitting, in which direction you are sitting, and even whether you are a man or woman. It goes beyond all the dualities. That is a step that is much deeper. So I will deal more with the preliminary step, dharana, concentration, because that will lead to meditation naturally. Concentration also reveals to you who you are. When you begin to concentrate, the first thing you will be looking at what happened. I was all right, but I began to concentrate. Now everything comes which was not known earlier. So you encounter something you will not know, you have not been aware of. Concentration also prepares to go into meditation. We all like to say, "Oh, I am meditating." If someone sits and closes the eyes, no, he is meditating. Everybody says he is meditating, don't disturb. In fact, he is maybe fighting with his own mind. There may be a war going on inside his mind, but we tell, oh, he is meditating. But concentration is the step towards meditation. 100% concentration is meditation. So let us understand this concept of concentration and then try to analyze, see, and what it leads to. In meditation, you don't have to make any effort. Meditation is a natural state of you. Your being is meditative all the time, according to Sri Ramana Maharshi. Meditation is the nature of the being. It always meditates. But our life seems to be completely different, away from all this nature. And concentration also key to know the secrets of the nature. Wherever you apply the concentration, that object or that nature or that person reveals the secret of that person or object. When it is well trained, the concentrated mind works like a laser. It penetrates into the object of concentration and reveals to you. Unfortunately, we are not able to do that with regard to the divine things or divine personalities or anything that is related to self-knowledge or God. There are reasons for that. Concentration is also knowing a process knowing the secrets of what is you inside. It is a question of reflection on yourself. The concentrated mind can take anyone to any level which is normally not known. It is all wonderful to hear that. But this concentration is not that easy. I am not telling you that it's all very difficult. I am projecting something impossible. No. I am telling the fact that you have all experienced also, and I have also experienced through the years. But it is not impossible. It is possible to gain the concentration, the power of concentration, and slowly transform into a kind of meditation. You don't have to meditate as such. If you concentrate well, it will lead itself to the meditative state. And concentration also show you the nature of your own self, what you are, what you are thinking about you, what you are thinking about others, what is the object, and how you can relate to it. It tells you what are all the hidden in you. First thing it will tell you, what are all the hidden things you have, which is not known. And then how to deal with them. A disciplined mind can show you the results of your effort. Through concentration, your mind becomes disciplined, and a disciplined mind more and more gains the power of concentration, and finally leading to meditation. Now, what is the difference between meditation and concentration? To give you an example, you all know the honey bee. No? Honey bee, it makes a buzzing sound. It makes a zzz like that before it goes around a flower and sits on the flower and suck honey. This sound making, buzzing sound, for some time it makes. That is, you can compare it to the concentrated state. But when it sits on the flower and suck honey, there is no more buzzing sound. It's all silence. It enjoys the honey. So that is the difference between concentration and meditation. Concentration is the honeybee making the sound, trying to sit. Once it sits and sucks the honey or enjoys the honey, then it is called meditation, to give an example. So more or less we can get an idea about this. Our mind is like that. Mind makes all kinds of buzzing sound. It creates a self-dialogue all the time. As soon as you sit for meditation, that is the most auspicious time for making self-dialogue. The mind divides itself and then makes maybe not 1%, 2%, sometimes many personalities, and one fighting with the another, creating images, creating language, giving intensity of the language, and you get lost. Many people sit for concentration and meditation and later on get up tired, more tired. You came and concentrate and meditate so that you will feel relieved from the stress. But instead of that, you got more stressed because of this kind of struggle inside. Because it is still not disciplined well enough to go dive deeper. Concentration also is somewhat digging deeper into yourself. It is like drilling to yourself more and more and more. When the concentration is more and more deeper, it automatically creates a kind of silence around you. People may be talking at a distance, and you will be hearing that distant talks, just like compared to a group of parrots talking to themselves. It will not make much meaning. Because of your mind being concentrated, it goes deeper and deeper, creating a silence around you, and the circle of silence go on expanding until you don't hear any sound. Now, meditation is you transcend all the five senses and its perceptions. That is the difference. So now that meditative state may be very far, but that is how the process goes. If you are not alert in the power of concentration, something else takes that place. And concentration and meditation requires a kind of sincere approach. You must be very sincere in your approach to concentration and meditation. The moment you begin to sit for meditation or concentration, your mind observes you, tells you, is this person really wants to concentrate or just wants to show something? So you begin to discipline the mind and the mind begin to discipline you. Until yesterday you were all right, now suddenly you wanted to meditate, you wanted to concentrate, and is it really serious or is just a show? It tests you. And it may present you, okay, you have something to do with that, why you are bothered? Maybe after 60, 70 you can think of it, and why you bother about it? You get up. So you get up and go. So the mind, when it begins to test you, and you wanted to test the mind, and mind wants to test you. These are the intricate things that comes to anyone and everyone who attempts concentration. And we slowly we begin to understand what are all the deep insights that mind can give us about the concentration, about our own constitution, our own nature. If you can overcome one by one, then it works for you. Otherwise, it goes against. A mind disciplined, a well-disciplined mind works as a friend. An uncontrolled mind, indisciplined mind, it turns out to be a worst enemy, as Bhagavad Gita says. So we have to know all these tidbits of techniques so that really the concentration and meditation becomes a wonderful thing to do. Does not matter whether you believe in God or not, doesn't matter. But it does work wonders to a person who sincerely attempts. When I was mentioning about the power of concentration, one of the important factors is your mind becomes very creative if it is disciplined, if it is concentrated. For example, Sir Isaac Newton, how did he find the law of gravitation? Everybody was seeing that all the fruit, apple fall down, and it was he who concentrated, who contemplated, and then said, why it did not go up? Why it fell down? And then he began to concentrate on it day after day and came out with the law of gravitation. Everybody was seeing. So similarly, mind becomes very creative if you know how to concentrate well, how to discipline the mind. It is not for your own sake, it is for everyone's sake, your family members, your children, or your community. For everyone it works wonders. The first thing, it gives you a peace of mind. So I'll go with these few thoughts slowly. And then concentrated mind also takes you to a new level of consciousness. Our consciousness is somewhat very normal, like everyone. I have the family, I have the friends, I have the work to do, and I have so many things, responsibilities, everything. This everybody knows. But then through the power of concentration, you develop a new perception, or develop a new level of consciousness. For example, by name we are all different. By form, we are all different. Each one of us different. By constitution, we are different. By nature, we are different. Each one of us. Is there something where we are all one? Let me ask you, those who are here, is there something that you can perceive where we are all one? No, more concrete. We are all one, the same space. We are all sharing the same space here. We are all breathing the same air. There we are all one. But we don't know, we have no idea of this. We have never perceived this. Though it is a reality, it is so very evident, we never think of these things. Years ago, suddenly it appeared to me, say, where we are all one. We are all one here, very concrete. The same space you are occupying, I am occupying. The same air we are breathing, I am breathing. So up to a level, it happens. But we don't perceive this. Our consciousness is just the common level. So a purified mind or a concentrated mind takes to the another level of consciousness, and it becomes very creative, another level of perception. That is how it works wonders for a person. Now, if you extend this more and more, you will find your mind has expanded. And a mind expansion is mind expanded and a heart deepened is the requirement for spiritual practice. Mind expands as the sky, and the heart deepens as the ocean is where everything unites, where the scriptures talk about it, and all the great sages and saints talk about it. It makes us wonderful, but we don't get to know it. For knowing it, you need concentration. Once the concentration is attained to a degree or level, then it itself shows you what is meditation or samadhi or illumination. You don't have to bother about it. So therefore, we know what is mind. We have a mind, you have a body. All that you want is to discipline these two. If you want to gain dollars, if you want to make spiritual progress, you have these two instruments, nothing else, your body and mind. Your body, you know how to take care of it. You know how to have a healthy body. But what about a healthy mind? We give very little attention to a healthy mind. A healthy mind, what is healthy mind? If I ask you, each one will give answer. Anyway, I will quickly answer this. A healthy mind is one where progressively less and less anger, less frustration, less the sentiment of guiltiness, and all the so-called toxic ideas, less and less. Don't try to kill it completely, don't try to eliminate it completely, it will not work. It is not working because its mind is not prepared for it till now. But in course of time, through practice, one can overcome. One can feel the difference of this toxic thinking or toxic emotions reducing, literally reducing. On the contrary, it giving you a lot of benefits. So therefore, our important point is to gain this kind of knowledge through power of concentration. This power of concentration, anybody can gain. It is not restricted only to the monks or the persons who meditate. And so meditation or concentration, very common in Buddhistic tradition as well as in Hindu tradition. And there are traditions, even in Christian tradition, they are now meditating. I don't know whether here it is, in Brazil or in South America, we have Christian meditation groups. They sometimes invite us, we go and talk about meditation and concentration, and they also have their own mantra. Their mantra is Maranatha. Maranatha means, "O Lord, you come down, you come to us." So they repeat this mantra. Christian meditation group. The founder of the Christian meditation group who came in touch with our head of the center in London some 3-4 decades ago, and Swami had a talk with him, and that is how it was founded, and it is very popular there. I don't know here whether it is, but the meditation becomes more and more. Through scientific research, they have proved that meditation brings a lot of benefits. Lot of benefits to anybody and everybody. So now go to what is benefits of meditation? What are the benefits of meditation? Suppose I meditate for 1 hour every day. Meditate. What do I gain? So if you really do meditate, if you really meditate well, it can give you a lot of benefits. The first thing is, you overcome the fear of death. All our fear rooted in the fear of death. One day I have to say goodbye. Some of you may not like to hear this, but it is true. Better to hear the truth. One day we have to give up. Everything, all that is dear and near, we have to say goodbye. So that fear is the cause of all the fear that we have in daily life. So meditation, with the self-knowledge more and more, reveals to you, it is you are not dying. It is your body is dying. The body is an instrument to you. Mind is the force of your self. Again, I am coming to one important point. Where is the mind? Is it different from you? It is all the time with you. Wherever you go, it is there. You go to the beach, go to the mountains, go anywhere in the world, go to Mars, it is there. So your mind, you cannot separate it because it is the force of the self. Mind is the most subtlest force of the self. That's why we cannot separate it. And that is called, we call it in another way, energy. The base is your existence, consciousness, and it has the power. That power or energy is mind. It comes in the form of thoughts. It can take anywhere you like, with knowing or without knowing. With knowing, it becomes your friend. Without knowing, it becomes your enemy. So, therefore, we cannot dispense the mind. Oh, I want to get rid of this mind. I want to kill the mind. It will not work. You can educate the mind. You can educate, just like you are educating your physical body through your gymnasium or other disciplines, yoga or whatever it may be. You can educate your mind and it understands. You go back. Sri Ramakrishna sings in beautiful song in the Kathamrita. Oh my mind, you have come far away from your home. And this song, Dubu 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 Sagare, Amar Mon. Oh my mind, you have come very far from your home. Now go back. And you are so tired because you have come far away from your home. So it asks to go back. So Sri Ramakrishna sings, go back. And going back is the spiritual practice. And going back consciously, not mechanically. Consciously going back is the process of concentration and meditation. Going back to the source. Source is, you don't have to worry about the source, it will go automatically and reveal to you that it has no boundaries, infinite consciousness. It has no beginning, it has no end. And that energy, what you call cosmic energy or infinite energy, which works through all the created beings. Not only human beings, with animals or plants or anything. The planet is full of vibration of that energy. I used to joke with the people, this planet is a factory of creating bodies. Factory. You give a name, I give a name, it doesn't matter. It creates body always. You go to the hospital, on one side there is a joy because someone has born, on another side it is a sadness because someone has died. It is nothing but this process of creation and stay for some time and go back. That is how it happens. So there are three functions. So therefore this creation, the energy, if you look at it in a collective way, you will find what a wonder it is. The cosmic energy is doing, whether you know it or not, whether you care for it or not. Any theory does not go there. It will not wait for your conclusions. Sufferings. Do any religion bother about suffering? Everybody suffers. In tsunami, the Japanese suffered so much. What karma, collective karma they had did? The same energy, tsunami, it took away everything, almost 20,000 lives. And the small boats were in the third floor of the buildings. Can you imagine what a power it has? So the cosmic energy, we have no idea. How do we understand? Only through this kind of meditation process, this kind of concentration process. As you go deeper and deeper, you find something which was unknown. That's why sometimes people get afraid of it. That is one of the obstacles. Oh, I just closed my eyes. Suddenly I was something else. I was afraid of it. Many people complain about this because of this fact that it is unknown. So we have to prepare for it. We have to prepare ourselves to encounter the experiences in deep meditation or deep concentration. That preparation is called the process of purification. To the extent you purify yourself, you are well prepared. Because spiritual experiences are very powerful. It can shatter if you don't know. It can be wonderful if you are prepared for it. It is like to give an example, an elephant, if it enters in a small pool, all the water is splashed everywhere. But let the elephant enter to the beach, in the great ocean, hundreds of elephants can enter. Similar is the case. Ours is a small pool. Any little experience in the name of spiritual, it cannot withstand because we are not prepared for it. This preparation for expanding ourselves mentally, emotionally, or our consciousness is what is called spiritual practice. Therefore, it removes the fear of all the type of fears, including the fear of death, and it liberates from the bondage. We are bound. Actually, we do not know even that we are bound. We think that we know. No. How deep it is, we don't know. We are bound so much for our bodies, for our family, even we are bound so much for our hairstyle. How many people are so much worried? The first time when they appear white hair, everybody is worried. Oh, I am getting old. We have so much attachment to our bodies. So we don't really know how deep our attachment is to our bodies, our things, our other persons. It all can be revealed through the power of concentration. And it reveals you, and then it brings you solution also. And the other results, concentration and meditation awakens the dormant mind. The mind is it is happy with things. But then if you are very serious about it, it can awaken the potential powers of mind, potential powers, and through the perception. There is no end to the perceptions. Sometimes people ask, can we know about our past life? The yoga says, yes, you can know. What is the method? Through the power of perception. There is a chapter in Patanjali Yoga Sutras on powers. It says, if you concentrate deeply on yourself and perceive the tendencies of the past life, that will give an indication what you were in the past life. To that extent, you can know. You don't have to go to an astrologer to know. Your power of concentration can reveal to you. Then, it awakens the dormant powers of the mind. Now comes the other side also. As and when your powers of the mind or concentration goes deeper and deeper, a kind of peace comes to your peace that cannot be taken away by anyone. Now we have temporary peace. You eat something you wanted, you travel somewhere you wanted to go, there is some peace. But then coming back, you are in square one. The same thing continues. But here, the peace that you gain, it is forever. It cannot be taken away anybody. And then a kind of strength comes on the day I was telling, the strength that is not known, the spiritual strength. Apart from that, you also begin to solve the problems of life through spiritual solution. A spiritual solution is a permanent solution. Rest of the solutions are temporary solutions. So there is no end to this kind of benefits. And the other benefit also to say so, the spiritual illumination or meditation as such, it can give you what this samadhi or illumination or nirvana or whatever it is we all studying day after day. We have no idea about this. Who can show? Meditation will show. You go and read, Sri Ramakrishna, always, one moment he was talking with the devotees and next moment he was in samadhi. Who will tell us? And we appreciate that. But we also like to have it, but we don't know. We are not able to do it because of the lack of purity of the mind or lack of the concentration and meditation. And through meditation, we come to know the nature of our true self. We know we are bodies. I don't have to say much about it. We know we are mind, some knowledge about it. If you ask what is mind, we don't know. Oh, mind is such, mind is that. We don't have any clear idea. So if you analyze what is a mind, what is a thought, it's a bundle of thoughts. That each thought is a combination of certain information, certain energy, subtle energy, which has the power to act on the body and through the body on the objects. That day I was mentioning, according to the search, according to the research, according to the study, a man's mind, common man's mind, almost 60 to 70,000 thoughts cross during the waking state. Imagine how much of subtle energy you are dealing with. We have to know how to handle them. It is very powerful. So you have a very powerful instrument within you. It has to be understood, it has to be disciplined, and it has to be channelized. And meditation also brings at the physical level, for example, it brings you more calm and quiet, irrespective of all the tribulations, all the difficulties. It can even bring a harmony at the physical level. A meditative person, you will find, at the physical level, he has established a harmony in the body. I joke with the people. It helps you in digestion. Because once the body gets in the movement, harmonized, it helps you in digestion. Sit and meditate well. At the physical level, it will help you in good digestion, good breathing. And then you come to know. And it also tells you another benefit is how short your normal breathing is. We think we are breathing, but according to the yoga, most of us breathe partially, not fully, not regularly. So the concentration process also tells you, okay, here it is, there is some secret. I can oxygenate my body through the breathing exercise. That which is common to us. Now I want to have more oxygen without using the machine. It works. You don't have to go and buy medicine and then eat and then do things. But you oxygenate your body through simple breathing, deep breathing. And it will, on the contrary, it will also help you to regulate your mind. In fact, the breathing, the origin of breathing and the origin of the mind has the same root. Can you believe it? The origin of the mind or thought, the origin of your breathing has the same root. So if you control one, it controls the other. We don't know it, but it happens. It is so. The sages say it. Great masters said it. We have to test it. And another is, this life without this kind of concentration is like having a car without steering wheel. Without steering wheel, it has. You have a car, but there is no steering wheel. Or you have a horse, there is no reins. Horse without. So we can understand more clearly what is lacking and what is to be done and what are all the obstacles and how to overcome. All this will be very well defined during the process of concentration and meditation. And once you have attained a certain level, you will have all the indications of what was to come. Just as the dawn shows you the rising of sun, just as when you drive near the beach, almost you have not reached the beach, but you are going near, there is sound of the waves. There is, oh, you have come near the beach. You have not yet reached, but it is there. So like that, everyone will have an indication of your journey towards the objective. And practice of meditation also brings the stability of emotions. And one time you are very happy, the next moment you are completely down, and then you are branded as a bipolar man. Immediately you go. But the practice of meditation or practice of concentration brings a stability of emotions. Emotions are not bad. Even emotion of anger or feeling of guilty, they are not bad. Emotion of feeling lonely, they are not bad. They have something to tell you, you please correct something. They have a message to tell you. If I am feeling lonely, then it says, you are not feeling lonely, it's not good for you. Please get in touch with someone who cares for you. Or get in touch with our Swamiji, Swami Atmagyananji, everything will be okay. So it tells you, go and get in touch with somebody. So every emotion has a message to tell you how you could be feeling better. Only we have to listen to it. Therefore, concentration, meditation brings a stability in your emotional structure, emotional level. Once the emotions and thinking, they come together and have a real understanding, then life becomes more or less very peaceful. Then another important thing is the meditation shows you what you are. What you are. First thing, the process of meditation or concentration shows you what you are first. What are all the contents in you? What are all the baggage you are carrying inside? Not only in this life, in the lives in the past. We are all carrying a huge baggage. Which weighs us very heavy sometimes. Not sometimes, most of the times. We want to throw it, we are not able to do it. We want to empty it, we cannot do it. So the meditation shows you, oh, you are carrying this luggage, it is unnecessary for you now. Maybe at one time it was okay, but not now. Better clear it off. So house cleaning begins to happen. You keep removing all that trash that you have accumulated. I don't want any more. I don't want. Enough, you say. Sometimes we say enough of it. That means we don't want to accumulate any more. Now, one interesting thing is, It is because you have accumulated, you have the chance to clear it also. But we always say, oh, please, where do I get relief from there, and what do I do? And we go on seeking here and there. But meditation and concentration tell you the secret is within you. I have given you the key. Only you have to open and then see where is what and clear it off. Then, as a result of all this, a lot of energy comes in. Lot of energy. You conserve a lot of energy to do what you want to do. People always complain, I have no energy. I do all the time, whole day I work, and I come back with no energy. Now, we tell her, it's a fact. Because somewhere something wrong. For example, on Friday evening, you are expecting the next 2 days will be very wonderful. You are well prepared. And Saturday, Sunday, you are working much more than you work during the days. Because it is your work, your homework. So I go on doing the whole day, but you don't get tired because it is your work. Whereas the other days, it is their work and you are working for them, which subconsciously does not accept. It is not your work. Therefore, you feel tired. Now, who will show us? Concentration will tell you. Now, how to make that work interesting or find a way out? So that is another thing. Another important benefit of the meditation is important meditation or concentration, whatever it is, it, apart from giving energy, it reveals the nature of the true self. Nature of the true self we are reading. We are reading books, we are hearing lectures, but we have no idea. Only through spiritual experience one can come to know, one can verify, okay, this is what they told. Even some of the words we don't understand. What to speak of the concept or whatever it is. Infinite consciousness, infinite. Oh, I don't know what it is, infinite. I think of, as I said the other day, I think of length, breadth, and this, that. It doesn't make much sense to us. So these kind of little bit of indications give you some confidence. Yes, it works. So I can meditate more and more. It is not contrary to your day-to-day life. Not contrary at all. In fact, your day-to-day life becomes more live, more energetic because of these kind of experiences. Meditative experience can do wonders, as I said. And with this kind of knowledge, you will put an end to all the sorrow and worries of life for all time to come. Sadness, we have afflictions, there are so much problems in day-to-day life. The self-knowledge can give you one of the powerful solutions. I know this is okay, now I understand. I don't have to waste my energy and time unnecessarily on this point. So, meditation again has the root and a fruit. There are two aspects of the meditation. What is it? As a fruit, you have the experiences, spiritual illumination or concentration or success in life or more peace, everything. That is the fruit of the meditation. Now, it has to have root. If you have taken care of the root, the fruits are automatically true. The root is, next comes the practice. What is that? There are three common factors in all types of meditation. Now, when all types of meditation, when I say, there are different types of meditation. Different types. There, with name, without God, with name, without form, with form, with name, without form, without name, or an image, or a symbol, or a prayer. There are various types of meditation. Now, there are three factors that are common to all meditation, or 3 or 4 factors you can say. The first one is the object of concentration. That is a must, and then once you have chosen, stick on to it. Don't go on changing. Oh, today I will meditate on Ganesha. Tomorrow Shiva. Day after tomorrow Durga. Day after tomorrow. It will not work. You can pray, but stick on to one object of meditation, ideal of meditation. For example, here most of you have chosen maybe Sri Ramakrishna as an ideal of, stick on to it, or Holy Mother, or Swamiji, or whatever it may be. So, choosing one object of meditation and sticking on to it day after day, day after day, day after day. Not just to go on changing. Oh, I like this, I heard the lecture, and I will now meditate on this. After 2 days, I will meditate, switch on to other things. The nature of the mind is like that. It wants new things. It doesn't want the same thing. So that is one factor which is important, that stick on to one chosen ideal in your concentration, meditation or spiritual practice, number 1. Number 2, the center of consciousness. These are all have to be explained a little more, but I'll just center of consciousness. What does it mean by center of consciousness? Now, according to the yoga, according to Vedanta, there are centers of consciousness from where we act, or our mind, our emotions center around that. For example, most of us, our normal mind, our normal center of consciousness is below 3 levels of Muladhara, Swadhisthha, Manipura. So here he says, one of the important points is to choose the center of consciousness around the heart region. There is in the crown of head, or in between the space in between the eyebrows, all are there. But the safest and best, according to the scriptures, according to our masters, is the region of the heart. Because there you have your identification, I and mine. You don't say I and mine like this. You don't say I and mine like this. You always point out towards your heart region. So that is the safest situation. Therefore, the first one is one chosen ideal. Always, day after day, making it. The second one is that choosing the center of consciousness. The third is the method which you are trying to adopt. It is between you and the spiritual teacher. After talking to you, he gives you, okay, you do this way. The method through which you try to understand all these things. Don't go on changing these methods. Every day, new things. No, I'll continue. So day after day, you repeat. You may ask, day after day repeating, is it work? Does it work? Yeah, you are repeating your breakfast, your lunch, dinner, day after day, the whole year you are doing. When it comes to spiritual practice, day after day I have to do this, day after day I have to repeat this, day after day I have to repeat the mantra. What is it? Every day you are repeating from the birth. You are repeating your breathing, is it not? Sometimes we breathe, you are forced to breathe out by nature. You see the interesting thing. You cannot just keep, I breathe and I keep it. You have to breathe out. Similarly, when you gain, you have to give out also. All I gain, I will keep it. Today or tomorrow, you are forced to give out. So nature teaches us everything. Everything through example, nature teaches us. If I breathe in, I have to breathe out. If I gain something, I will share it with others. I will give. Like that, the science opens more and more. So the factor of consciousness, the center of consciousness, the one chosen ideal, and the method through which you do the practice, these are the three. And one more is a regularity of practice. Doesn't matter. If you cannot do it for such and such a long time, at least a minimum you do it. Regularity of practice will open doors for more and more strength. Then the mind will say, oh, it is now time to meditate. After some time, you will find naturally you will like to meditate. Not only that, it will extend your meditation process or concentration process in everything that you do. Okay, I am working, how can I meditate? I am not able to concentrate, I am not able to concentrate, this is work. As if work and meditation two are different things. No, your mind, concentrated mind will discover how to make the work as part of this spiritual practice. In the beginning, okay, I will repeat the mantra for 1 minute, 2 minutes. I will do the work with high concentration. At the end of the month work, there will be result of the work. And I will dedicate mentally. So the same mind with which you started, it continues, and that mind can meditate well. I can give you one example from Swami Madhavananda Maharaj's life. He was a great disciple of Holy Mother. He was the general secretary, and there was a serious problem in a center. Normally, even though they are all general secretaries, they were general secretary, they used to shut the door when the Arati happens, and they used to meditate. So this head of the center, he saw his door was closed and it was all dark, but he was waiting outside until the door opens, because it was a serious problem in the center. And as soon as the light was on, he entered, rushing with all his problem. And Madhavanji Maharaj asked him, when did you come? Oh, I came about 40 minutes ago. Oh, then what happened? I saw your door was shut and then perhaps you were meditating. Then he heard the problem. He said, no. If it is a problem of the center, any time you come and knock. Because for us, it is Thakur's work. Thakur's work is not different from meditation. He said this to them. So therefore he knew, such was the great, even though he was general secretary, and he knew that work is not an impediment to your meditation. So we learned this. So therefore regularity in practice and your mind, with regularity in practice, your mind becomes very creative and find solution to the problems in daily life in a creative way, not in the same old way. Okay, that is one thing. Then there are many, of course, obstacles. They come on the way. I'll just briefly tell you because time is running out. According to the yoga, the obstacles are many. That is mental inertia, doubt, sloth, craving for sense enjoyment, false perception, failure in concentration, and so on and so forth. The list goes long. Normally it goes very long. So maybe you may be discovering many more also. Who knows? But the solution also is there. He gives you all the solutions. Some of the solutions are very simple. For example, he uses in one sutra, he says, Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, Evacha. Then friendship with all. All is not possible. Friendship with all, he says, and Swami Vivekananda comments, no, you cannot make friendship with everybody. So comes as much as possible, friendship with. Then feeling happy in the happiness of others, in the success of others. Are you feeling happy in the success of others? Normally we feel burned. Oh, neighbor got a new BMW and you are with an old car. What is this? And go on bring. No, you have got something new, wonderful. You have got some promotion, wonderful. You are feeling joyful in the joy of others. These are all some of the things he gives how to maintain peace in mind. And where there is suffering, compassion. Where you find suffering, compassion. The word compassion also, we think that because some kind of charity or anything. No. Compassion is a Latin word. Originally, passion means the passion of Christ, no? Suffering. Passion means suffering. Compassion means sharing the suffering. In Portuguese or in Latin, sharing the suffering of others is compassion. Now we share the suffering of our family members, our friends, but do we share the suffering of each and everyone in the world, every being? It is not. But a Buddha did it. Buddha was ready to give life to save the life of a lamb. Christ did it. So when they see oneness, when they see that same infinite being palpitates in the heart of every being, it works. It's called compassion. But we can practice. It's better to know all these things so that we can try to practice as much as possible. So Swami Vivekananda says, all these qualities, even though yoga says in full, but as much as possible you practice. Inability to practice this is the source of suffering. He ends with that commentary. Our inability to do this, we encounter a lot of suffering. There comes another important factor is non-cooperation of your subconscious mind. Normally, apparently, during conscious level, we are all right. But whenever you want to sit and meditate, go deeper, there is some resistance is there. What is that? It comes out of the past tendencies of our lives, which is stored in the subconscious level. Subconscious is not cooperating with you. If you want to be successful in concentration and meditation, one of the important points is there should be a cooperation between the subconscious and conscious mind. No way. And how to do it? Suppose there is no cooperation. How to do it? Now again comes another point. You can put a new thoughts, new way of thinking, new way of effort until the contents of the subconscious is what you want to put. Then it works. So it is a very deep psychological factor. Many people find it difficult because of there is no cooperation between the subconscious and conscious level of your life. Once that is done, then it works. To do that comes one quality, sincerity of the purpose. If you are really sincere, if you are really seeking the highest, if you are really seeking anything, there should be a cooperation between. You should become whole, not divided. Whenever there is any doubt, we are divided. Whenever there is any solution, we are united. So similarly, in the subconscious level and conscious level, we have to understand, these are the tigers that are hiding in me. Now I don't want to feed them. They are always creating problems. I don't want to feed them. So through devotion, through singing, through company of holy men, through this kind of participation, you can change the contents of the subconscious level, and which in course of time helps you. So don't feed them that which you do not want in your subconscious level. That is a fundamental factor. Whatever I may say here, for example, don't mind, whatever I may say, whatever you may hear day after day, when you go out, you will follow your past tendencies. You will follow your own. Okay, Swamiji, he told some of the good things maybe, but you will follow your own. It is not going to make any changes unless you give attention to that. Unless you, it makes sense, I want to make a change. Even one change, you will find a lot of difference. Sri Ramakrishna said, he himself said, everybody will be led by their past tendencies, samskaras. Accumulated past tendencies are very powerful. So to change that overnight, it is not possible. This kind of spiritual exercise will lead you one day, now it's changing. I was not what I was. So you can periodically examine yourself. You started making spiritual practice on such and such year. After 5 years, after 2 years, how I am? It is like a self-study. I used to put questions. And how far you have got marks? I want to see. I want to see myself. Oh, okay, still this tendency. I don't have attachment to that. I don't have attachment to that. But still I have the attachment. I have good food, I have attachment. I seek these kind of things. I seek these inwardly. You don't have to tell. You don't have to go and beat the drums that I have achieved. You know it. It is a secret between you and your inner subconscious level. You can change it. There is still something is lingering. How to get rid of that? Pray to ask him to ask the spiritual ideal to give strength. So if you go by that step by step, it transforms in a fantastic way one's spiritual life. And the transformed life gives you peace of mind, peace and happiness and joy and strength and all that you are looking for. Even if you want some material things, it can give you. Because your mind, now you know the secrets of the mind, yourself, and what is long-lasting, and what is temporary, and what will worth pursuing. After all, when I go from this earth, what will go with me? Whatever knowledge I have accumulated, nothing else. The knowledge that you have accumulated will go with you whether you want it or not. So if that is so, why not accumulate all the spiritual knowledge in this life? Don't leave it for the next life or life to come. In this life I have accumulated and I am now feeling really free. The load of luggage that I have been carrying, offloaded, cleaned, now I am light. So again, Yoga Sutra says, feeling light within is one of the signs of you are progressing. Feeling detached to the things that are temporary, still more you have made progress. Even to understand the meaning of one word, detachment, it takes almost decades to understand. It doesn't make sense. Apparently it looks all right. But if you go deep within, we have attachment, we have aversion, we have all the toxic emotions. These are all the things that are obstructing us in progressing in concentration and meditation. We are making efforts, but it is not working. So where is the way? Find out. If you don't know, you can ask those who know. There are scriptures are there are teachings are there. Everything is available. So it is a question of determination. You have a determination, you have a goal, and I want to pursue it and see it for myself. The knowledge that you see in the books is of others. You have to make it yourself. I want to make that knowledge myself. So I will take 1 or 2 of practices and do it, and then I verify it. Okay, this is okay, I know it, this for certain. Then spiritual life becomes very lively. Spiritual practice becomes very enthusiastic. It makes you feel joyful in making spiritual practice. Whether you are walking, whether you are talking, whether you are sitting for meditation, whether you are working, a part of the mind is anchored in that consciousness. A part of the mind. Swami Brahmananda Maharaj says in that. One part of the mind, with that you work, but 10% of the mind at least, you get anchored to the original objective. So that you have the continuity of your process. Then you find things are coming and going, things are flowing, and you will find a peace that passeth underneath. So with these few words, I will conclude. And thank you for your presence, and thank you, Swamiji, for this opportunity to share with you a few thoughts. As I said, this kind of subject needs a kind of workshop. After hearing all these, it is not that you have solved all the problems, rather many questions. It evokes many questions, and you will seek the answer. And naturally, by God's grace, we will be able to understand this and make progress in this very life as much as possible. Thank you very much.
This was a talk filled with many, many very valuable ideas. I mentioned satsang at night. I forgot one thing. Monday night we have our class that I'll try to twist Maharaj's arm to do this Panchadashi class that night. That's a Zoom class. Otherwise, tonight, Tuesday night, we can follow up with this. You come with questions, all very, very important ideas about meditation. So I want to thank you. We hope you'll come back again and again and share some of these ideas with us. Next Sunday, we'll have the rare privilege of Swami Swahananda. Huh? What is your topic, Manoj?
Spiritual outlook.
Spiritual outlook. Yeah. So please come for that. And then, as I mentioned before, Saturday, of course, is the funeral service. So anyhow, now please join us in the basement. You'll get a chance to have some refreshments and talk to Swamiji there. Thank you.